spin? I did not.
Everybody gets all quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
those
yeah.
experience points.
What are we doing? What? Where? Who? Why? When? How?
Make sure you spend all those experience points you got.
How many did we get?
We got 15 last time.
Oh, yeah, I did make note of those, but they weren't anything that I could actively use because my next skill is going to cost 25.
You're all done? Okay.
I do like her little noises.
What's little noises?
Did you get a new friend?
Pixies. I have a new little birdie.
Aww.
Brought her home on Sunday.
On Sunday.
Yep. Now, Jeff, I will just warn you, she is definitely not Sunny. She does not just magically climb up on my fingers and like sitting on my shoulder.
Thank you.
But we'll get there. Well, I think we'll get there.
You'll get there.
Yeah,
You gotta
she's coming around to me.
respond.
Have you showered since you got her? No.
Ho, 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 ho.
just just checking.
Why is there a police droid?
They're
There's always a
patrolling
police
the
droid.
channel.
I was just checking to make sure the dice pool was politely rolling because it seems a little laggy on my end. So I was wanting to just make sure that we didn't have to step out and redo the IP or the API.
Okay.
We may have mocked Cox Cable too much, and they've pushed back our bandwidth.
Now we'll just see what the dice is going to look like
Yeah, they're
today.
just going to do that anyways.
Your HoloNet overlords.
See how the dice wants to cooperate or not.
So from last time we met, thankfully with Simi's intelligence that she managed to secure, you guys know of a prisoner transfer happening on the Imperial station above the planet. And the beauty is Rebel Command thinks since you've done all the little pieces necessary for this mission individually, you could totally do this mission as a group flawlessly. Nothing could go wrong.
Why wouldn't?
Let's just hope the dice rolls agree.
Yep.
This is a different station than the one we blew up.
This is a different station, yet thanks to Simi's intelligence, oddly similar Imperial format.
What?
Well, they don't want to have to pay a designer, more than once, right?
Right.
But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Those Imperials, they're all about mass production.
Yep.
I mean, they could even
right.
take a different design for the second Death Star. Why didn't they go with a cube?
They did go with a different design. Half of it was missing.
Because it was
the
taken.
half moon.
It was already
Right,
trademarked
they didn't want to get
for
sued by the
cube,
Borg.
right?
And then what does Star Trek do? Turns around and gives the Borg a sphere.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's a mini Death Star.
Yeah,
Right.
the dimensions were different, so it didn't fall within the trademark, though.
Ah, okay.
Baby. Don't be mean to the baby.
Huh? Show you the little baby?
The Borg. She's still a
No,
baby.
said don't be mean to the baby.
No, don't be mean to the baby.
It's just a little baby station.
I did send a picture of Pixie to the Facebook group, though. Just now.
Like
That
giving you
means
the
everyone
highlight.
but Kelly can see it.
Well,
He's a cute.
you can show it to Kelly at some point.
Pixie's like
Aw.
giving you the eye like, why are you pointing that thing at me?
Interestingly enough, she was not at all afraid of me having the camera right up in her face.
She's like, whatever. I
Yep.
did not.
That little girl got some spunk.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Gunther.
That's what I heard.
Given her attitude so far, I think it was more of, yeah, go ahead, take a picture. It'll last longer.
I dare you, punk.
Yeah,
Right?
Put
there's
that-
definite
it's like-
sass there.
Yeah,
It's like,
she's
put that on
she's
your.
already proving to be a little sassy. Yep.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, put that on your finger.
Right.
'Cause I ain't going there.
Talk to the Talon.
She hasn't bit me yet, which is a good thing.
That's always a good one. Definitely can be a pain if they're bitey. That's a rough one to work through.
Yep. Yeah. Usually, especially bitey bird is a sign that things were mishandled when they were little.
Right.
Aw.
Yeah, because it is a learned behavior. If you do nothing to correct it, then it will continue, and then there's no stopping it after it's continued for a while.
Well, then it's their personality at that point.
Yep. Becomes very difficult to break them of the habit, because then they think, they don't know that the bite is causing you pain. To them, it's just this is going to get a reaction. Hey, perfect. That's what I want. I want a reaction.
Yep.
And some people mistake, because birds use their tongues like we use our fingers. Some people will mistake an exploratory bite for actual biting. It's like, no, if that bird wants to bite you, you're going to know that it's a bite.
You're gonna have no question in your mind.
When your finger is missing a chunk and there's blood coming out, that was a bite.
Or the finger if it's a larger pair.
Right, exactly. If your whole finger is
I mean,
missing, that was a
Their
bite.
beak is a pair of garden shears, after all.
I mean, if
True
you
that.
got a macaw, yeah, you're losing a finger if they really
Yep.
want to go to town.
Yep. I mean, you just figure your standard macaw can crack a walnut like it's nothing.
Yeah. I mean, dude, look at those Brazil nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The thing is half freaking rock and half freaking tree, and yet they chew through them like nobody's business.
Yep.
You, sir, are made of softer, chewier stuff.
True that.
You're squishy. Huh, this is interesting sensation. Sound
Right?
It harkens
This is
back
weird.
to
It's
my
soft on the
ancient-
outside and hard on the inside.
It harkens back to my ancient dinosaur ancestors.
Indeed. All right, team.
So, Commander, did you get time to read your briefing?
Oh, yeah.
All right, what are we
So-
doing?
We have a multi-facet mission.
Mm.
We will be working to sabotage an Imperial space station. And of course has high defenses, and we have to be extra careful. There's whispers of a Sith Lord by the name of Darth Vader, who could potentially show up if we are too overt.
So what you're saying is we're all gonna die?
Well, on a meta level, yes.
he's a pussy. He'll
I-
kick his ass.
I can't beat him up.
Sure we can.
I mean, I've never heard of this guy. I don't know what you guys are talking about. So multifaceted mission. Step 1 is infiltration of the station, using either forged access code, disguises, stealth, or a combination thereof. Step 2 is to sabotage the station and as many Star Destroyers, including the Executor, if possible. We can just, disrupt things, blow things up, such as the shield generators, fuel depots, anything to cripple functionality. We're apparently skipping step 3 for a double step 4. Just picking on Jim here because he sent me 2 step 4s and no step 3.
Step 3 is make profit, so that kind of goes without saying.
How much latinum is this mission worth to us? Oh wait, wrong sci-fi series. My bad. Step 3 would be prisoner breakout. Prisoners include critical rebel operatives. However, there are non-rebel rebel prisoners as well, which could help to foster our escape from the station. So freeing them is at our discretion. However, some of them could be planted spies, so be aware.
Especially as we have had a history. I mean, there's been a recent history of breakouts of rebel prisoners.
Right.
They might be trying to.
And finally, step 4. Step 4 is extraction from the station. We have a number of different options we could go about there. We could try to hijack a shuttle and outrun Imperial TIE fighters. We could try to sabotage the hangar bay, blowing up, fuel reserves and things of that nature to give us a chance to stealthily escape. We could try to evacuate via smuggler contacts that we have to have them pick us up. Anything along those lines. So
jump out into space and they'll pick us up.
Right. We could do a high altitude jump and be picked up in on our descent.
Right.
Perfect.
Or we just stick our thumb out with a thingy on it and we get picked up by a Vogon ship.
Just show a little
I don't
leg.
want to put up with their music.
No.
Their poetry's the worst.
It's not so bad.
So are there any questions?
I mean, I think I've got everything, but can you start at the top and go again?
But of course. So our mission is to infiltrate an Imperial space station. Once there, we need to disrupt the functionality of the space station. Be aware that overt operations may result in drawing the attention of a Sith Lord known as Darth Vader. Do you want me to keep going?
So the primary mission is to disrupt the station.
Primary mission is to disrupt the station. Secondary mission, get rebels. They want us to accomplish all of it, though. And then get the fuck off the station. Personally, I like the idea let's not get ahead of ourselves here, but I like the idea of extraction being a multi-pronged approach of trying to steal a shuttle and blowing up the hangar base so we don't have to worry about TIE fighters being dispatched to chase after us.
Right.
Keep in mind that we have to blow up other parts of the station as well. So there's a super Star Destroyer known as Executor that needs to be dealt with. It's so massive because in tight that we probably won't destroy it, but anything we can do to keep it out of service for a while would be great.
Okay.
And do as much damage as we can. Shield generators, fuel depots, anything that'll cripple the functionality of the station.
So we got an army coming with us?
Nope.
You are all the army you need.
It's an army of one.
And if you complain once more, you'll meet an army of me.
No, that's a good song.
It is.
All right. Well, how we disguising for this one?
I will leave it to our face and stealth expert to determine how best to go about getting us on the station. I'm sure that Simi can procure solid covers for us online and produce credentials.
You tell me what you want, and I will.
So what are some, like, what is an idea for our background for us to infiltrate and not get caught?
I mean, this is an Imperial station. It does not sound like there is any civilian traffic on the station. So surely Imperial covers. Of course.
So I can tell you that there are civilian contractors that go up there from time to time.
There's always civilian contractors.
That's how you get shit done.
And they can only get so much productivity out of their people.
Well, that's entertaining.
Here,
I'll go ahead and I'll share this one to the group because this is entertaining as well.
I don't know.
Drop an OSO show.
No.
I don't know how much, especially if this is a station under the eye of a
Sith Lord is watching over it, like
Sith Lord. I don't know that we'll be able to end with prior problems that the ISB has had with infiltration. I don't know that will be a viable option.
The civilian contractors, you mean?
No,
yeah.
ISB. They've had a lot of ISB problems lately.
Yeah.
So I've heard.
Weird. Would have expected that. Like, I'm shocked.
Right? So I don't know that ISB would be a good option. They may be watching and be very familiar with any and all ISB in and on and around the station. More so than.
You think they might be extra leery of randos just showing up?
Yeah, rando ISBs probably. Yeah, okay. Since, like I said, that seems to have happened before. So I've heard.
Plausible deniability.
Just stuff in the rumor mill around town, you know.
So, Simi, I'm going to need you to create a backup of your memory matrix. We will give one of our contacts instructions that should we not make it back, that they are to activate you so that you can tell our story. Meanwhile, you will need to pack yourself with explosives so that should we find ourselves in a situation where there is just no hope of escape, your protocol is to blow us up.
Take as many of the bastards with us as possible. Hey, I'll play it like I stole it. All right.
Wow. We will go out with a blaze of glory.
As that secret
that is kind of our jam.
Now has a planetary scale explosive packed into it.
Exactly.
That could not possibly go wrong. It's fine.
No.
Hey, at least we're making sure we take out the space station with us, right?
Yeah. However, that might mean that we are taking ourselves out when we accidentally when we roll like we always roll, and we wind up blowing our dumb asses up.
I mean, he wasn't just sacrificing Simi.
That's true. He's sacrificing us too. So it's like,
no, I was sacrificing all of us and giving the Simi the way out.
I would be the one exploding.
Right, but if you make a backup of yourself,
that's
you lose.
True.
You lose a day at most.
Except for depending on what type of body they put me in, it won't be me.
Well, that's why we'd make sure that one of our contacts does you right.
Wake up in a mouse droid. What the hell? I got so much to say, but all I can do is make noises.
Right, poor Stevie's like, I thought I couldn't hate people more, but here we are.
Oh, bastards!
Infinite processing power. Itty bitty chassis.
Right. And it's like, I got something to say, but I can't reach the damn terminal to plug in. Damn it.
So Stealth Guy, why don't you work with Simi and try to figure out how we're getting onto the station? Simi, I'd imagine you want to try to pull up schematics and like personnel exchange schedules.
Yeah. And because once you tell me what type of, then I can create, IDs.
With stormtroopers, nobody pays attention to them.
Right.
Did we establish that stormtroopers in this timeline are they're now civilians, right? They're no longer clones, so we could.
At this point, they've got a lot of humans that have taken over the clones' positions.
So we could go
first.
You'd be the only problem with getting into a little tall for a stormtrooper.
Well, I mean, I do have my holographic display that has been serving me well.
Does the
honestly, though,
adjust your
serving
height?
me well.
No.
Honestly,
you're awfully
though,
fucking tall, my friend.
serving me well. Well, no, but the holographic display does keep anything within my size band, and I am a standard size band, so it would make me appear more normal in height.
Short. Okay.
Yeah, just don't reach over his head.
Right, I would be a tall human, not an 8-foot tall human.
Got it. Okay.
You see the human bonk his head, but there's no head there to bonk, so everyone's looking weird at what'd you just do?
Right?
Yeah, well, no, the stormtrooper keeps ducking through the hallways. It's like, why is he ducking through the hallways?
Have you not seen? Something tells me that in the future. Something tells me that in the future, these helmets with their shitty vision is going to cause a problem.
So you could go as as an Imperial officer or something.
Yeah, I would avoid the
patrol of troopers.
That's where I was actually going to go. Is we probably don't want to all go as stormtroopers because then we're just going to be told where we need to go.
We're all going to get bossed.
Yeah. If anything, one person needs to be in charge. Probably not me, because while I'm great at being in charge, I'm horrible at bluffing. Contrary to what happened earlier in this campaign, I don't want to be the one making the charm rolls, people.
Yeah, you did so well.
Make the delicious charm rolls.
She liked you.
Do we want me to roll the personas first, or get into the system first? Get the deets on the. Let me roll to see. Let's get the deets on the station. First.
That'll give us a better idea of what we need to do to get in.
Exactly.
I agree.
Okay. So by the
are you ready, Tim?
What are you looking to get?
Basically, I want the layout's going to be similar, but I'm specifically looking to see if what's different of this layout, because the other one was my bitch.
Crew complement. Any new assignments maybe that we could steal?
Okay.
And also if there's any structural differences.
Okay, I will give you a blue dice from the intelligence that you have from previously while you were captive in hacking their system. And just to make life interesting.
I mean, they're an old code, but
when you're
they
ready.
look old code, but it looked legit. Whoa!
Ah,
Yay!
Can't beat that 6 dice. I'm just saying.
I mean, you could, but it's hard.
Okay, so what would you like for your advantages?
Well, so for the advantages, I want to apply it to my. Can I apply it to my next role for creating our personas?
Okay, you can use 3 for an upgrade.
Yeah.
So to give
that
yourself...
way, yeah, since I have the knowledge of this specific one, and people and the expected and the basically it's calendar, it's schedule. I want to
the
use
knowledge.
it to exactly, so I can go ahead and create the personas.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
So well, hold on. Let me tell you what you get for your successes.
Oh, okay.
So for your successes, you know that yes, the station is on heightened security right now, as it has a Star Destroyer docked there for security, because of course it is over the planet, so it doubles as a nice security feature on the planet. And currently, you know that almost 80% of the station's personnel have recently been changed. Somebody went through and did a pull everybody and replace everybody with folks that are not from this planet. They're all folks from other planets that have been stationed here. You do know that the prisoner transfer taking place is going to have the prisoners over in this section.
Okay.
So the prisoners you're there to liberate are going to be in that section.
Northwest quadrant.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So,
most of the station's personnel are new, but you do notice that the station, compared to the one that you were at the outer rim of the solar system, this one has definitely got more armor plating, and it has more security shielding inside.
Weird.
It's very compartmentalized, so it could eject whole compartments if it needs to.
Seems like they're afraid of something.
Yeah.
It's almost like they want to be able to pull a Spaceballs and start ejecting sections.
Shut down the 3-ring circus.
Do we happen to know which port the executor is parked at?
You do know which, in fact, port it is. It is the one over here to the, shall we say, 9 o'clock position, because the prisoners are going to be scheduled to come off of that Star Destroyer.
Aha. And where would they be going to? Oh, to this, up to the 11 o'clock position. Yeah. Okay. So they're going from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock.
All right. So we decided a couple stormtroopers,
You could probably do a couple officers or something. One little
couple
more
of
senior.
Officers, couple stormtroopers, and a droid.
Yeah. Okay. Then let me go ahead and.
And if you can, try to procure off-world credentials.
Okay. Well, since from what we've gathered from my previous role, yeah, there'll definitely be off-worlders. Okay. Are you ready, Jim? And remember my blue.
So hold on. It sounds like we're wanting
I got an upgrade
here. So first off, we're having a cover ID for a droid as what? Are you just going to be a communications droid? Are you going to be a information repository, a torture droid? What is the droid cover you're looking for?
Demolitions.
Not in reality, in persona. What do you think would be? Are we going in as interrogators, or are we going in as? Am I a secretary, or am I a communicator?
Stealth and face people. What cover are you feeling suits us best for this mission?
I kind of like the idea of like Britt and Lachelle being officers, and the rest being troopers. I think if we were trying to bring you in as some kind of prisoner to join up with the prisoner transport, I think it'll draw too much attention to you, or to us just in general, and then people will be more likely to pay closer attention to you, whereas stormtroopers are just kind of a dime a dozen. Everybody sees them all the time. What do you think, Britt?
But the question is, what type of droid function do you guys want me to portray? Do you want me to
keep in mind something to keep in mind is we're going to need to get explosives onto the space station, right? Because we got to blow shit up. So that is something we need to work into our backstory.
Unless there's explosives on the ship that we could procure.
Yeah, I feel like we always get fucked when we try to bring explosives somewhere. As soon as the word explosive comes into our plan is when we stop rolling successes.
So, Simi, can you identify the garrison on the station and what kinds of explosives they have available? So their inventory?
I already know that they've increased security, increased armament. Would that have been part of the information, sweetheart?
That would not have been part of the information. Do you want to deep dive further into the stormtrooper data files of what items have been sent to the station for the stormtroopers?
Yes.
Do you want to use your upgrade in blue for that?
No, I specifically want it for the personas.
Okay, just making sure I'm not putting it in there. Go ahead and make your roll.
Okay.
There are no explosives on this station. Someone has learned from previous mistakes. Don't have smugglers bring explosives on the station.
Okay. So we could perhaps find
I mean, remember, you do have explosives.
I know we have explosives. It's just a matter of how do we stealthily get them onto the station. I'm thinking if we show up as an interrogation crew and we bring all kinds of interrogation equipment on a cart, we smuggle in the explosives via the interrogation equipment.
Do you think we can successfully do that?
I don't know. Why don't you and Pritt tell me what you think you're capable of?
Well, I'm capable of rolling for anything. It's whether I'm capable of succeeding. That is the hard part.
Well, no. Well, that's the question.
I can roll
exactly that.
Your primary skills that facilitate said options for best results.
I seem to recall you have some like pheromones and things that you can use to sway people to look the other way.
Yes, 100%.
So do you think talking down as an officer, as some station personnel, is within your capacity?
Yeah, that's why I suggested it. And then we became a question of what are we going to do with Kelly? And I don't know what to do with Kelly.
So it's more or less up to it's flavor text, guys. Are we saying Kelly is an interrogation droid? Is Kelly an interpreter droid? Is Kelly a communications droid? What is the droid's cover? So that
Kelly is an interrogation droid.
Interrogation droid. Okay.
Yeah, and so to answer that question, part of it was what is the overall, backstory? Because what do we need to bring with us, and what's going to suit that best? Having her be a translator when we're trying to smuggle in explosives as interrogation equipment doesn't really lend itself.
Okay, and by officers, are we saying ISB officers again, or are you going with like naval officers?
I would go naval officers because we've already, kind of overused the ISB. And I think we want more middle of the road. They're going to be paying more attention, I think, to ISB type officers and lower
Middle
personnel. I think
it's all lost in the shuffle.
Right, exactly. Middle management.
Okay, so Kelly, for your role, I'm adding a blue and a black. The blue is because new faces are popping on the station left and right, so it's easy to blend in. You had a free upgrade and another blue. Is there anything else you're adding to that role?
Nope. Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and give. I'm gonna go ahead and use a light side point. It will give you one back, and just pump things up.
Okay, so I have a second upgrade in there for you. Your pool is ready.
I want these as if they were legit.
Okay. So you were able to print out the ID badges for the crew with no problem in ridiculously quick amounts of time.
And they pretty much should be ironclad.
Well, there are two advantages.
Well, I mean, yeah, but look at all the success.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you succeeded all day long. I mean, they're great ideas that you've made up. What would you like for your two advantages?
Whichever one next one of us to go gets a blue.
Okay, somehow her forging of identities is going to give somebody
Give
a blue dice for something.
Yep.
Because. Okay, so who's doing what next?
Okay, so Prit, you're the master of stealth. Why don't you figure out how exactly we're going to get the explosives onto the station?
So a thought on the explosives, you just rig up the ship we take up and use it to detonate within the hangar.
Well, that's all fine and good for the hangar.
And then
are there multiple hangars that we can get another ship from to get off the station? And also, what about the objective of blowing up the fuel reserves and the executor?
And the question is, how are you going to get to the station?
Yep. So
I mean, that's kind of the important one. Is are you guys going to take your ship? Are you going to try to get aboard a station heading that direction? Hire some Yoho to drop you guys off?
Let's see.
as part of the troop scheduling, did we determine if any shuttles of small groups are going up?
Yeah, there's totally a shuttle heading, roughly twice a day up there. And that's just the everyday shuttle for Imperials going up.
Okay, so there's the everyday shuttles. Do they have any specialty shuttles that we could perhaps steal?
Usually those would be as needed. There basically would be officers requesting those shuttles. And there's nothing you see officially on the books, mainly because it's kind of a spontaneous kind of thing.
I see. So
there's no pre-scheduled private shuttles going up.
Timmy, I hate to put you on the spot, but you think you could book us one of those shuttles?
I think I
could. So then, Prit, like I said, I need you to try to figure out how we're going to stealth the explosives onto that shuttle.
Let me know when you're ready for me to roll, baby. And remember, the next one of us to go gets a blue, so that'll be me.
So we want to have enough time that we can procure and prepare the explosives packages that we're going to bring with us. So it shouldn't be an immediate thing, and we probably want to do that before we even contact the shuttle, because it sounds like the shuttle is almost like a taxi service. You call it, it comes, it picks you up, it goes back. There's no scheduling it for the next day or anything like that. Jim, is that a fair assessment?
We'll find out in a sec. Kelly, go ahead and make your roll.
Triumph!
So, what would you like for those advantages and that triumph? All I got was one freaking failure on a red dice. Thanks a lot, Buster.
Wow. Okay, so I kind of like the obfuscate option. So basically, basically hiding all my trails. I'm not leaving any type of digital footprint whatsoever. What do you guys think?
Learned since previous times. You're just like, nope.
Yep.
They don't need to know about Simi's presence.
Yep.
Exactly.
All good.
Mean,
it's a program you have running called Now You Don't.
Exactly. That way, and of course, it took me no time at all to procure it.
And I do have a suggestion for 3 advantage if you'd like.
Yeah, please offer a suggestion.
The suggestion is you can get the shuttle to pick you guys up anywhere you want in town, whenever you want in town.
Nice.
2 advantage.
Give the next one of us a blue.
Okay, so what's the next step or question you're going to do?
All right. So on the shuttle, we're gonna rig a bunch of our droids in the shop with the explosives internally and send them around the ship to explode. There we go. Suicide droids.
I like it.
I like it.
I'm okay with that.
Droids.
Hey, Jim, at some point before we get on the shuttle here, I definitely want to have my critical injury healed.
Okay, how are you going to do that? You going to do it yourself, or you going to go to the dock?
Do we remember what the doc's role was?
I don't.
I can honestly tell you it was 2 yellow and a green.
I think I'm going to go ahead and roll.
But remember, you get a blue.
Somehow the computer hacking gave you a blue.
Nice.
And how many purples is that crit?
That motivated him.
Let me check. It is a 2 purple crit.
And doing it yourself is making it a 3 purple difficulty. Because there's nothing worse than when you try to get to lance a wound and it's at a bad position where your limbs aren't made to go. And Tozen's spending an upgrade. I got your dice pool ready.
Where it really hurts, and you're like, shit, and you flinch and sever an artery.
As you ridiculously get rid of that crit.
Jesus.
So make sure you heal that crit.
What crit?
I already did.
Who knew this whole time Tozen's been baking some DNA and just squirts the DNA into the crit and it immediately heals up?
Right?
Amino and stem cell research. We still
Right?
grow the first stem cells for the last 1,000 years.
Little do you know that every species in the galaxy was seeded by the Kaminoans. There's a Star Wars story for you.
That's why so many people look human-like.
Right?
Right. All right. So my other suggestion is we find the space defense system on the planet, take it over, and we just shoot it out of this orbit.
That'll totally help the prisoners out.
Well, if you do it before the destroyer gets there, then we're good, right?
Change the parameters of the mission completely. Sacrifice the prisoners.
I mean, ultimately, they don't want their information out. Ultimately, right? I mean, that's what it comes down to. So if they're dead, they can't be interrogated, and the rebel cell's safe.
Melnock
can't
can
fight
feel
that
his
kind of
Jedi
logic.
self sloth away. All of a sudden, the Inquisitors are making so much more sense.
I mean, the greater good.
Exactly.
So I just throwing out some couple radical ideas.
All right. Do you need a nap or a juice box? Like, what is gonna correct whatever's going on with you right now? Oh, a snacky. Okay.
Just ideas.
I've got a Snickers right here for you, buddy.
They're just ideas.
You're not yourself when you're hungry.
I mean, the droid one's not too terrible, but
no, I personally like the droid one.
I mean, they are a bunch of low-end, intelligent droids. I mean, so again, the greater good.
Okay, I mean, I will totally say currently on site, someone roll me a D6, and that's how many mouse droids you have available, in the shop right now. All your customers are going to be so pissed.
Well, this is inventory off the shelves.
We got robbed.
I mean, I haven't heard anything from Prit this whole time.
Right. So would you want a D6?
D6. Yep.
Well,
only a D6. All right.
I want Prit's input on this because I said, stealth guy, you come up with the plan for getting explosives onto the station. So.
Well, every time I'm about ready to, the comment, then it devolves into, way off, and I'm just waiting for it to come back to me. And then my big question is while Prit might be the expert, Jeff has no clue as to if there's some roles I can make, then I'm happy to go with. But I don't happen to have. My character probably has things to say. I don't.
Okay.
So, Jim, can I make a knowledge warfare roll to 1, get my blues for the session, and 2, determine if using mouse droids to deliver the explosives is really a viable option?
You put them at the right place.
It's 3 difficulty,
Power
right?
core, fuel bay.
Yes.
Okay, your pool is ready.
Nice. Sort of.
Interesting. So, with your roll, there's going to give you what? 4 successes, so 4 dots, right?
4 blues.
4 dots.
Do you got your dots on your mini there?
I do not currently have my dots on my mini because I'm so zoomed out I cannot not even see my mini. So there we go. Now I can see my mini.
Way in to see everything. So you're pretty sure mouse droids? It's an Imperial place. Mouse droids would have the run of the place. I mean, have you ever seen anyone in the Empire ever question a mouse droid zipping around?
Nope.
Well,
you know, it's not. They're even more impressive.
Tozen doesn't make it a habit of watching Imperial movies, so he wouldn't really know exactly how well.
We've spent time on the ships.
We've spent some times, but it's not like he was observing the habits of mouse droids while there.
Perfect case in point.
Nobody was paying attention, so
you weren't paying attention, just like anybody else.
So we're going with the mouse droids. So
what do you want for that triumph? I mean, I know.
Well, if we only had a dice 6 roll, we get a max of 6 mouse droids.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Dave. Instead of a D6 roll, we get the maximum of 6 mouse droids.
I mean, if that, I will give you 12 mouse droids if that's what you want to cash it in for.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
More the merrier. I mean, we got tons of explosives, right?
We do.
That's what you want to cash it in for? Is 12
like we're some kind of terrorist cell or something.
I mean, is there
happen to be getting delivered to you at that exact moment? The guy knocks at the door and says, "Hey, Busta, I got your shipment of 6 extra mouse droids here."
Yeah, we were in the process of expanding.
I mean, there's a lot we can do with that triumph, guys. We can get 12 mouse droids, or we can pack the ones we have with explosives and make them undetectable.
I like the idea of making them undetectable because that is historically something we struggle with.
Yeah, I mean, I'd personally much rather have six mouse droids loaded with undetectable explosives than 12 mouse droids that we still need to roll on.
Hot the instant they're there.
That's fine.
Or even 5 mouse droids for that matter. So, what do we need to blow up? We need to do as much damage as we can over here. We need to. Jim, do we know where the docking bay is? I mean, because these are clearly Star Destroyer ports. Are we coming in somewhere else?
Well, it depends on what ship you're taking. I mean,
we know that we're taking a small, like, Lambda class shuttle type thing.
If you're doing a Lambda class shuttle, then you guys can, basically come into hangars like these. Or underneath the station in the circle here, there's plenty of little spots that you can dock with.
All right. So when we are told that we should disrupt the fuel, where would be the best place to do that?
Random parts of the ship help. Basically, wherever the ships dock, that's where they can refuel.
I mean,
right, but is there a centralized hub that we could blow up that feeds to all of those locations? Because, well, it looks like there's a lot of ports around the base. And having to go to each.
There are pods on the outside of the station where the fuel is held, scattered all over the place, but they're all external because they're made for safety. That there's no barrels of gasoline that you blow up in one spot because it's made to be safe. Each area's got its own little area that gets refueled pretty regularly.
All right.
That is absolutely unlike anything I've ever seen in one of these movies.
Well, they never really showed the fuel, so.
Safety third.
Because they wouldn't want to have one depot pumping fuel through the entire station in each and every little dock. So each dock's got its own fuel containers. So
where did you go, mouse pointer?
Well, then that part of the mission is kind of not possible. So, I mean, if we're supposed to blow up a fuel depot, we can only blow up a fuel depot, not all of them, obviously.
Right.
So,
redundancy system.
But that's fine. We can blow up one that's in a critical hangar or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, I was totally double checking your boss's mission statement because I don't see any fuel depot mentioned on his mission statement.
If you look under step 2, shield generator or fuel depot.
Oh, okay. Fuel
See, I
depots for
read.
each Star Destroyer, basically.
Okay, so what do we know about shield generators then?
Yeah, should be able to get a mouse droid right up in there and go boom.
There's one big one on this station, like when Obi-Wan Kenobi went to go turn off the Death Star shield generator.
Yep, or like Anakin when he shot it from inside the hangar bay.
Yep, because circles are a good trip. So you're going to use that Triumph for undetectable mouse droid bombs, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah, undetectable explosives and mouse droids. Kind of hard to hide mouse droids, but we're just bringing a supply on the ship with us, and you let them go.
Undetectable suicide bomber mouse droids.
And you've got 6 of them.
Yep.
And they each get 72 virgin robots when they die.
Now, the trick is going to be when you release these little buggers, that what's those 3 threat going to be? You're going to find out then. On the plus side, you had plenty of scrap metal. Remember that undetectable scanner-proof metal that you made the cargo container out of? You totally had the excess scrap to cover each one of the explosives in that. However, I would like some mechanics roll for whoever's making the bombs.
Sure, I think I can do that. Or Simi, do you have a good mechanics roll?
Let's see here. My mechanics is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green. So
okay.
I
am terrible.
I am the same. I have 5 green, but I think I have an X5R heavy demolitions kit, which gives me +2 blue on prepping, setting, or disarming explosives.
Well, would you like see me to assist? So you have 3 blue added to your pool?
Let's do that. Yep.
Okay, and it's just an average check. Give me 6 quick average checks.
Let me go back to my
Unless you
skills.
Want to use some fancy. Oh, look at that. Tozen's using some points. I got an upgrade on your first roll. Go ahead and make it.
Right. We're doing mechanics. Yes. Okay. So.
Okay. Wait.
You said to make 6 rolls?
You want
but you got advantage
for anything?
No, I want to take that second roll with the Triumph.
Well, the second roll, you didn't roll a light side point for it.
Oh.
Well, you didn't. Oh, true.
So you wouldn't have had the light side point to try to get multiple rolls there, Buster. The wait was me unremoving your upgrade for the next roll. But so first roll, easy success. You have 3 advantages. Would you like to use that for an upgrade for your next roll? So you got a free upgrade on your next roll?
Sure.
If you just say yes, you get to get the Triumph next time.
Yep.
Okay. So what are you using those advantages and Triumph for in the next one? You could do a Triumph to say the rest of the rolls all succeeded. Totally throwing that out there for you.
Duplicate the process. Got a system.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that because it would be just our luck with how well things are going tonight to roll a despair on one of these. Now, Granted, the kit allows me to remove 1 despair, but no, let's just go ahead and we'll just say the rest of them are successful.
You guys conveniently do this very tense montage of putting bombs and shielding the bombs inside these little mouse droids. They each give you a very loyal and then they all sing in unison together.
We love you too. Tough love.
And I will totally let you decide droids 1 through 6 are going to which locations. Because I will need to know later on when the bombs go off, but we don't have to decide that right now. This way you have time to think about it. So what's the next step you guys are
taking? We have our credentials. We have the shuttle prepped and ready at any time.
You have your credentials.
We have the droids.
Have all of the credentials, yeah? Okay.
You have your droids. Now the real question is, do you have your disguises?
Negative.
Correct.
I thought that we had uniforms. Didn't we have those previously? Did something happen?
I know we stole some uniforms of some kind at some point. I just don't remember what they are.
And you did steal some stormtrooper armor too.
That's correct.
I just need a paint job.
See me, you're the easy one. You just need a paint job. So we do have 2 stormtrooper uniforms.
Okay.
And reconfiguring.
Someone give me
the uniforms.
A deception check for making sure everything is tip top. You know, the stormtroopers' uniforms look appropriate. The Seamy's paint job looks appropriate.
That would be me. Are you ready for my roll?
Officer uniforms.
All right.
Okay. All of a sudden, you guys see Prick come out with a stormtrooper helmet with a fresh paint job on it and fresh repair in the blaster holes that were in it from last time. Uniforms are ready.
Hella ready.
Ever ready.
Obviously, Prick's been quiet and working on them.
Yeah, Prick's not much the planner. She's the executor of the plans.
Wait, we got to blow you up?
Yes. Unfortunately,
yes, because we're supposed to take out the executor.
Right.
I mean, that would totally just be cherry on top if you could, but I'll be honest, it's not going to probably happen. Unless you
whatever.
Really
you don't know us. You don't know us.
Okay.
All right.
You guys have the uniforms ready. Do you have the weapons to make the uniforms work? Or are you going to be two weird stormtroopers having non-issue weapons?
Is the HL-27 an appropriate weapon? A light blaster pistol?
For a stormtrooper, no. For an officer, sure.
What about a blaster pistol?
Usually, stormtrooper would be popping out the EU-11
blaster rifle.
I know what they're usually carrying.
How much would 2 cost? So how much would 2 cost?
True that.
Good question. Yes.
I knew I forgot to launch something.
Kelly.
Where is it? There it is. Yeah, because typically it's like a regular blaster rifle.
I have an Imperial Army Veteran Scout blaster rifle.
See, the 2 officers are fine with whatever, because you never know when an officer will basically requisition something different. It's the 2 stormtroopers that look like stock stormtroopers wearing exotic weapons. That's just
yeah. See, I've seen. I'm looking at Hog Dudes right now, and I pull up the blaster pistol, and I have seen stormtroopers with that particular pistol configuration.
Okay.
Scout troopers were the only ones I've ever seen with pistols, I think. The ones on Endor with the little hoods on the helmets and stuff.
With the blinders.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again?
The scout
the bike
troopers are the only ones.
Oh, you may be right. Scout troopers may be the only ones that were wearing those.
Yeah, stormtroopers in Star Wars are typically armed with an E-11 blaster rifle as their standard issue weapon, a mid-range blaster rifle with telescopic sights, adjustable stocks, considered the primary weapon of the Galactic Empire stormtrooper.
Does it have the cost?
I'm looking at like online what the
Let me see here.
Story says. So
Rebellion 174.
Based on the real-life Sterling submachine gun. Telescopic sights, adjustable stock, and high-powered red plasma blast, and they couldn't shoot shit with it. How about that?
The typical E11 carbine is 1,400 credits each. It is a restricted weapon as an Imperial standard issue weapon.
Okay, then can I use computers to requisition? Slice them like a requisition?
If you're willing to go to an Imperial base for them, I guess.
How about checking with Quartermaster Garvin Beck and see if maybe they have some sitting in the warehouse for the Rebel Alliance, because that's one of my contacts.
Oh, are you gonna make a phone call?
That's why I have contacts.
Okay. So
like everybody else.
I'm glad you used that. That's what it was there for.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're gonna make a quick call to him and say, "Hey, you got any blaster rifles sitting around in storage?"
Yep, exactly. It's like, what you got? That's what we're looking for. And you just need a couple of E11s.
So, are you
serviceable condition?
Gonna use streetwise or negotiation? And it's a rarity 5, so it's only 2 purples to worry about.
Definitely not negotiation. We'll do streetwise.
Streetwise? Okay. He might be able to find some as he starts looking through. You hear him mashing the computer keys to see what he's got laying around. Go ahead and give me your streetwise.
Okay.
See if he in
Damn
fact.
it.
Oh, you didn't use any light side points either.
Nah, probably should have, but that's all right.
Go ahead and roll me a blue dice. Let me clear your pool because I didn't put a blue in there because he's your contact.
Well, y'all. Let me know when you're ready.
Do you want me to throw you an extra blue? Or are you feeling pretty confident?
Oh,
yeah, let me throw you a blue.
So
I'm throwing him a blue too.
So roll 2 blue then.
All right.
Unfortunately, we just got cleared out of our last EU11s. I mean, if you've got the credits, I know a guy you can go talk to buy them if you got the credits. But unfortunately, obviously we're out of them at the moment. By the way,
Jim,
you shoot any stormtroopers? Bring back some blasters.
You know, it's a funny thing about that, Jim. I just remembered that we happen to have a crate in the back of the shop where we've been keeping some Imperial, supplies and things, and it just so happens that we have 2 Imperial blaster pistols in that crate.
Or
Shocking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who
expected that to be there?
Now the question is, what is the price for that ability?
The price for
It's
that
his ability.
Is that I can do it once per session.
Just do it outright. You don't have to flip a destiny point.
Don't have to flip a destiny point. It's just an outright, as long as the GM agrees to it.
Okay.
I can't just. I can't just. Oh, hey Jim. By the way, we just so happen to have blown up the station and saved the rebel spies that were on there. Not gonna buy that one.
I mean, you could say that. Jim's not going to go with it.
Exactly.
You can say that, but then all of a sudden, Simi hacks your computer and realizes you've been writing fan fiction this whole time.
Simi figures out that I was stuck inside of a simulation.
It's all just a dream.
Right? Yeah. So.
Okay.
So we've solved our.
So operatives have
blaster rifles.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's see. Heavy blaster. Yeah, I was fine looking at others. They give a bunch of others. T-21 light repeating blaster, acting like an automatic rifle.
And there's the stats, by the way.
T-21V.
It's 9 damage, 3 crits.
Oh, I was looking for a roll.
Okay, so
now,
what is the plan? Is Simi's like, hey, I just have to call this Yoho shuttle, and it'll appear wherever we need it.
I can shoot it relatively well.
I can't shoot for shit, so.
But if you shoot enough, you might hit your target.
Hey, I'll be just like a real stormtrooper if I have to shoot it.
Right?
You'll fit right.
I might have to curb my shooting so I don't overshine anybody.
Oops, I'm shooting too good. Must stop.
I'm gonna draw attention. He's actually hitting shit. What the hell?
All of a sudden, the stormtrooper sergeant comes around and goes, "You, sir, went to marksman school." So
what is the R?
Restricted.
But 1,400 is the cost. I take it. Okay.
1,400 is the credit cost. Yeah.
Yeah.
And 9's what? Hard points? No. So it's 9, 3 crit, medium. And stun setting. Yay.
Okay, so you guys got the uniforms, you've got the credentials, you've got the weapons.
We've got the bombs.
You've got the bombs.
I've got the power.
There's 6 little mouse droids following you guys. They're literally on the ground looking at you, having all these 6 mouse droids looking at whoever's talking at the moment. They all keep shuffling around to face the person talking. You have a very avid audience.
I would assume we pre-program them to go to said destinations, right? And detonate at a certain time, an hour in or whatever.
That's exactly what I was thinking, but Jim said he'd give us some time to think about the but I would also say that, for example, if we decide that we're going to send 3 of them over to the Super Star Destroyer, they're not all going to take the same path to get there. We'll send them on 3 different paths to get there, so that if one is intercepted, 2 of them are still likely to get to their destination.
Yep.
But we want them to basically arrive at their detonation moments before they are set to go off, and then go off.
Arrive at their detonation?
Yeah, exactly. We want them to arrive at their detonation, but at the same time. So people on the executor see these 3 mouse droids all roll up next to each other, and then kaboom. Oh, that's odd. For the first time ever, they notice mouse droids, and then they blow up.
Or mouse droids.
How do they blow up if they're interrupted in their path?
Right.
Right, they're still going to blow up. They're just not going to blow up where you think they are.
Somebody kicks a mouse droid and it goes off early.
Hey.
Bastard.
They can't report that it was a mouse droid that blew them up. Basically, a temper failsafe. If they were tempered with, then they early.
Obviously, no one's emptied its vacuum, cleaner attachment recently.
Right.
Okay. So
all right. Well, anything else?
Mouse
No.
droids. You've got the gear. You've got any specialized equipment you've got. Are you guys going to try to conceal or hide any additional equipment, like any additional bombs or anything? Or are you just taking explosive mouse droids?
I mean, would it be unusual for a trooper to carry a couple stun grenades? I mean,
yeah, no. Normally they've got 2 frag grenades on their backs.
Okay, well, there we go.
Right.
I'm bringing my 2 stunners.
Putting them in that little
And of course,
hot coffee cylinder in the back of the armor.
yeah, and of course, underneath, at the neck is a, chain with a couple little doodads on it.
I'll bring 2 frags.
As an officer, you're gonna have grenades on you?
No, I'm not an officer. I'm a
not an
stormtrooper.
officer.
Oh.
Let the mouths be the officers.
Yeah.
So
it's in the notes that
how is
it's in the notes. I thought that you're the one who posted them.
Everybody talk at once.
Apparently.
I'd imagine that my hollow suit can be programmed to look like a stormtrooper.
Okay. Just remember, you don't fit in the armor is the problem.
I know, so I don't have to be wearing all of the armor. I could wear the chest piece, and that's about it, right?
Or Prick comes out with the armor completely painted, and you're like, I'm gonna wear just the chest piece. You could have saved me 5 minutes of painting the helmets. All the blacks are black again.
Yeah.
All the whites are white again.
I mean, and you could potentially be one of the lesser perfunctory officer, but yeah, it limits our speaking capabilities at that point. But
I mean,
stormtroopers just are to be seen, not really heard from, but for the most part.
If that's the way we want to roll, I don't mind being a lower officer to Prit and or Lachelle for that matter, and let one of them do the primary talking, and I'm just
You're
the
their
charm
technical
guy
advisor. Yeah.
Yep. So who do we want taking the lead on talking, and who do we want to be the other stormtrooper then, besides Melnock?
I'll be a stormtrooper.
I'm just relegated to stormtrooper. I see how it is.
Hey, if you want to talk, I guess you and I would really make sure this mission goes well.
No.
Yeah, I'll be a stormtrooper.
Right, so Prit, you good with talking?
I'm always good with talking.
All right, so Lachelle and Melnock are our stormtroopers.
I'm changing the notes here.
Dr. Lori and Norik is our rival, huh?
Okay, so there's our breakdown so we don't forget next time. You've got 6 mouse droids.
Echo boom.
You've got Lachelle in there twice, but that's okay. We know what that means.
You're so pain in the butt. I was trying to copy paste in a hurry.
Clone trooper, phase, arc trooper, armor. Huh.
Okay, so you guys have all the kits that you need?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was just.
So what are we going to do about moving the prisoners to an escape shuttle?
Yes.
I mean, Lachelle and Pritt, you guys are pretty good at sniffing out possible Imperial plants, I think. So, I mean, my thinking is we free some of the prisoners that we are sure aren't moles, that aren't necessarily rebel spies either, but we can, especially, I'm sure I can inspire them to help us fight our way out.
Yeah, that's one of my skills is I can find out people's secrets or things they would rather not be found out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And I can inspire people. All right. How do we want to arm some of these people? Because having a bunch of bodies just run as meat shields is probably not the best course of action.
We're here to free you. Stand between us and danger.
Exactly.
Well, they stand behind us, but I mean, we'll have to. I mean, we can't take everything with us, so we're gonna have to just kind of figure it out. I mean, I'm sure there's an armory on the ship somewhere, but
I'm sure there is too. From, yeah. So
Which
that
might-
maybe
might blow that up, though. But just a thought.
definitely probably want to blow that up, but maybe we do that after we've checked out some of the weapons.
Liberate
I'll totally
something.
give you, since Simi did get the information, that each quarter of the station has a mini armory. It's basically a security team's little mini armory. So it's got like 10 blast rifles, 10 pistols, a couple of
Good
stun
enough.
grenades on each one of the quarters of the pizza here.
Is it like more toward the middle of the pizza quarter, or is it toward one end or the other, or
I
toward
will
the
mark it on
inside,
the
toward
map
the out?
for you. How about that?
Perfect.
So you guys call in the shuttle to pick you up?
We're calling in the shuttle to pick us up. Yep.
Okay. So shuttle totally shows up at the place. You're there with your 6 mouse droids. Guy kind of gives an eyeball to the mouse droids, but hey, whatever. You guys get on board the shuttle. He asks where you're going to. You just need to put the information in on the data pad along with your forged credential ID. Who's gonna be the boss here on the shuttle? Anybody taking the lead as the Imperial boss?
I'm a stormtrooper.
Yeah, I think that's me with Tozen as my aide de camp.
Yep.
Okay. So he silently gives you a nod, closes the hatch, takes off in the shuttle. Where did you have the shuttle pick you up, by the way?
Not right out the shop.
Just a quick question, because it's on the Imperial record of where the shuttle picked you up.
The local Quick Mart.
Okay. Obviously, you guys were doing something shady in some neighborhood, and that's why you called for the pickup. So as the shuttle's heading off towards the station, basically the pilot is asking which one of the hangars do you want him to request for, or do you have special landing procedures that you wish to contact the station for? Basically, are you going to go where he tells you you're being dropped off, or are you going to request the station to give you a special clearance?
What do you guys think about having them put us in the quadrant that we need to be in, at least?
Sure.
I think that's probably a good idea. It's less space for us to have to go around.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you get on a little comm station in the back of the shuttle, and you basically are going to say, I want to request to go to the station over here, where you see 2 Star Destroyers. The Executor is this huge, massive Star Destroyer. And the communications officer totally hem haws and says, for security reasons, you have to talk to my manager. That section is currently off limits. Do you still want to push that? I mean, you totally can. I'm just trying to be ominous about it.
So
I think I should.
Just like to point out that the Executor clocks in at just a mere 19,000 meters long.
Is that all?
That's all.
It's a floating city.
Well,
So
boss, what you choosing?
To request that?
But I'm definitely going to.
We don't want to push it.
That.
If they can put us in this area, then that would be fine.
Okay.
Which area? Okay, so the set will say the 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock position. Okay, that's a much easier difficulty for you to do. Okay, that cranks down the difficulty a whole bunch than having to talk to the manager. Okay, go ahead and give me your deception check, as you are lying through your teeth that we're here for very important Imperial business.
Britt, he means you.
Okay. I know he means me. I am going to use my what is the name of that power? Master of Shadows. Oh no, that doesn't actually work with that. Never mind.
Oh, I heard competing dice lips.
All right. You ready? Here comes my deception.
Oh.
The best.
And there it is.
So
immediately. Wait. I said wait. I'm going to use
their Uber power.
I'm going to use my Uber power that I can do.
That's right. You're 6 dice.
My unmatched tradecraft, and with that, so I'm going to use a light side, and with that, I get to remove any what do we've got in there? We've got 2 purple
just
and a red, and I can.
I mean, ultimately, you just have the despair to deal with. If you get rid of the purples, you get 2 more advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do up to 3 dice though. So.
Oh shit.
So I was figuring, just get rid of all the bad dice.
All right.
So getting rid of the 2 threat and the despair, you bastard. See,
Yes.
I'm making you use your abilities. Because that would have been great that you got caught at the exact moment, because that would have been you get off there and there's Darth Vader. That was the rule.
Yeah,
I even
that
put
would
it
have
in
sucked.
your commander's got it in his notes. The first despair, Vader appears.
Oh, interesting fact that he left out. Good here.
Well, it's not like from the character standpoint, he can say, hey, don't anybody roll the despair. Still. Darth Vader will appear. I did say Darth Vader is on the station. You could make the assumption that a despair would probably make him show up.
Okay, so you guys are clearly given clearance to this docking area. You've got the space to yourself, you're told, as the shuttle comes in through the blue shield. And the pilot lets you know he'll be here for 2 hours, refueling, and once the 2 hours is up, he'll have clearance to head back planet side. If you're here, he'll gladly give you a ride. If you're not, good travels.
Better luck next time.
And as the ramp comes down, are you immediately sending your mouse droids off, or having them wait? Or telling them 15 minutes after we leave, go to where you need to go?
Yes, I think it's suspicious that as we roll up, our little droids haul ass away from us, right? Like, that's going to look real fucking sus.
Well, they're being deployed to the ship as new mouse droids. I mean, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You
don't think it's going to be
game with
suspicious?
what
Go
everybody
for it.
wants. I mean, they're mouse droids, but
You sure you don't want the mouse droids to be in V formation in front of you, walking, going me, 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 me.
that
me.
that would definitely be suspicious.
We are not important enough to have theme music.
So I think we should pause there, Jim, because we're coming up on the end of the session and actually figure out what the plan is for the mouse droids, timing and all, and where we want them to go, and close out the session with that.
Okay. I was just wondering, as you guys are stepping off, if the droids are hiding and then going to deploy, or just deploy, or just wait and then deploy.
My thinking is, you mentioned this is a quiet hangar, so yes, they can probably just come off the shuttle with us. Mm-hmm. As we said, we want them not all just taking the same path to their destination. We want them taking different paths. We probably, my thinking is want them wandering around looking official and, not just beelining to their spot, because we want to give them, an hour, 2 hours before they blow. So wander around for 45 minutes and then spend the last 15 minutes getting to your destination.
Okay. So as you guys step off the ramp, you hear your boots clicking on the durasteel of the ramp, and you look out at the station, and it's nice and clear.
Does anyone disagree with that?
God, that was kind of my thought.
Does 1 hour give us enough time to get the prisoners and get off the station? Do we want to make it 2 hours?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half?
Cut the difference.
I think an hour should be fine, but
I feel more comfortable with an hour and a half personally, but just for margin of error.
So I'll totally say, Tozen, since you did the mechanics check, you need to put in the comments what the time frame's gonna be.
All right. Do we know when the prisoner transfer is happening based on our timing on to get on the ship? Because obviously I don't want to set it for an hour from now, and these guys aren't going to be moved for the next 2 hours.
Unfortunately, that information was not privy to the station. They were just told to have the location available for prisoner transfer. And it's up to Darth Vader when he would like to make the transfer, that the transfer's happening. So it's one of those of nobody's questioning Darth Vader. There's no itinerary for when Vader comes and goes. So they can already be there.
On the other hand, they could still be on the executor. So that's making me think we go the full 2 hours.
Okay. So as you guys are
what do you all think?
Ramp,
yeah.
All right. So
Tozen is deciding, and as Tozen is typing, that is a good place to wrap it up there. I'll give you guys 10 experience. Spend it quickly. You know you want to use it.
Done and done, my friend.
Yes, Tozen already spends it on 1 skill up.
Yep. Not a skill up so much as natural leader.
Oh. And like all good leaders, he's pretending to be a stormtrooper leading from behind.
No, I'm not a stormtrooper anymore, remember?
Oh,
yes, he's the junior leader.
Exactly. Hey, a good leader knows their strengths and the strengths of their teammates. And I know that Prit is a better bullshit artist than me. So it makes more sense to put him in the lead position.
He's the junior officer, technical attaché, or whatever you want to call him. So, yeah.
Or liar extraordinaire.
That works too.
And with that, that's a good place to wrap it up there.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
All right.
And
Good night,
then
guys.
all kinds of shit's gonna happen, and I'll totally let you put in the Roll20 chat of so we have a 2-hour timer, and you can tell me where the 6 guys are going, and then we'll find out what that threat is gonna be when the time comes.
Yeah.
And
So
also what charges you put in which droids, because you had options.
yeah, we'll need to discuss because I don't even remember what our options are anymore, Jim.
Uh-oh.
So maybe we can do that at the start of next session.
Offline. Or start of next
Or
session.
offline. Either way. If you want to shoot something over to me beforehand, I do want people's input though, so
Then I
my
would say
thinking
use
is
the Skype chat, because that way everybody can see it.
true that.
Cool. Sounds like a wiener.
Alrighty, guys.
Everybody have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Have
a fantastic Thanksgiving.
guys.
Get all the tryptophan you ever wanted.
Nope,
Yep.
no turkey for me.
Do we get experience points?
I mean, if they have any turkey at Churrasco de Brazil, but that's not going to be my priority.
They probably will for Turkey Day.
I don't think they did last year. Oh, I think they might have had a little bit of something. But I don't think their menu strays much from the standard menu.
That would be like they got the super secret smoked turkey in the back.
Yep.
You had to ask for it.
Rise of the Separatists. That's what I need. Rise of the Separatists.
Alrighty, guys. Have a good night.
What was that for experience points? I heard a lot about Thanksgiving and not about experience points.
10.
10. All right. Thank you.
All righty. Bye.